Why do we go back to just to the Greeks and say, this is the classical model and this is the way to do it? And it's the Romans did it. Italy helped preserve it. Charlemagne wanted it for his people. Alfred the Great wanted it for his people. The founding fathers of this generation were trained in that. Other than just look at all these important people and they had it, why are we sure that going back to the Greek and then working our way forward is the model to use?
For one thing, that's how Christianity happened. For one thing, the Greek way of thinking, Hellenism is called. Hellas is the Greek word for Greek. Alexander the Great goes and conquers the world in the 4th century BC, and that included Israel. So by the time that Jesus is walking the earth, the Jews have been almost completely Hellenized, right? They recognized the truths that the Greeks had, and they didn't deny them just because they were Greek truth. They were being voiced by Greeks. So they're reading out of a Greek Bible. The Jews are reading at that time out of a Greek, the Septuagint. Yeah. Most of the quotes in the New Testament are from the Septuagint. And you also have this philosophical tradition that's going on with the Greeks. You have the pre-Socratics who are starting to ask these really fundamental philosophical questions. What is the thing behind everything? What is this force, this idea that is behind the good and the true and the beautiful? And then John comes along writing in the New Testament in Greek, because the New Testament is written in Greek, okay? And he says, En arche ein ho logos. In the beginning was the logos. That's the word that's used there. That was the word that the Neoplatonists were using for this thing behind everything that they were searching for. They're searching in various different ways for what is behind all this. Why is the world the way it is? And John uses that very word in the beginning of his gospel. And I don't think that's an accident. I think he had to have known the implications of that word.
And from both the Judaism perspective, who wouldn't have liked that, but also from the Greek perspective, that you're going to place this up on the same pedestal as a deity? No.